tough Saturday in Louisville. It's never easy, in the ACC. Louisville's a good football team, as you guys saw out there. They're talented. I felt like, almost a perfect storm. We've been unhealthy. We've been unable to stay healthy, really, since the Cal game, as you guys know, and it's just a perfect storm down there. I felt coming out, attitude was great. I think our guys played with great effort for 4 quarters. Our guys never quit, never gave up. We came out there, the opening, drive, we received the ball and went right down the field. I mean, we looked as good as we looked, maybe prior to Branson going down against Cal. I mean, just a beautiful drive. I mean, the protection, you just watch everything. You're like, wow, this is what it's supposed to look like. And then, we got a guy wide open in the end zone. We just don't put a little bit more air on that. It's a touchdown. And we're starting off 7-0. And I think, it's a game of emotion and momentum. And, I think, we got a little deflated there. I flipped over to the defense and said, hey, don't worry, it's going to be a hell of a day. We got, I don't know if I told you guys after the game that, like, the first thing I said, hey, don't worry about it. We're moving the ball today. This, we got it, just, the positivity. And then, we get the ball again offensively and we move it. And then, we get a, hip drop tackle, which is illegal in the NFL. It's two in 2 weeks. A week ago was a little bit more, drastic than what happened here as far as just the overall ending of it. But, just a perfect storm. So, just summing up different things. Turnover ratio. You're never going to win the game when you're -3. That's a rough one. We didn't stop the run on defense. We allowed them to be 2-dimensional. In the second half, we give up just one big pass, and it's a 63-yarder where we just got to make the tackle and play another down, and we don't make that. And then the 4th downs, and again, I put those on me. The days go by, and 48 hours later, I'm going like, I'm a knucklehead. I should have just punted the ball, play field position. You're playing a top 20 offense. We knew Louisville was talented on offense. Don't put our defense in that position. I told our team that last night. Like, that's on me. I got to know that maybe we're shorthanded on offense and just, I don't want to say wave the white flag and just be smart and punt it away and make them go 90, okay? So, I put those on me, those decision-making things on me. That's in a nutshell. Stop the run, turnovers, and maybe some bad decisions by me. But we've turned our attention to Boston College. Billy O'Brien, head football coach, NFL guy, guru. Love Billy. He's a super guy. He's done a heck of a job up there in his first season. Since coming from the National Football League. Offensive coordinator Will Long, I think he's been with them for maybe 13 years. All the way from being a GA at Penn State. He's his offensive coordinator, does an outstanding job. Offensively, I think their offensive line's got 145 career starts up front. As good as offensive line as you're going to face. They're big, they're physical. Our front 7, front 9, whatever you want to call them, has got to play good against this football team. They want to run the ball, sort of like we saw in the 4th quarter Saturday. Down in Louisville, lined up at 12 and 13, and so we'll work a lot of that this week because they're really good at it. They're physical. They know what they're doing. And again, I think Will does a great job coordinating. I'm sure Billy's got his hands in the offense like he always does. And then Tim Lewis is their defense coordinator. Who's obviously got Pitt history, being a former player here, corner here, and also coaching here at Pitt and with the Steelers and all over the National Football League. He does a great job. Again, kind of 4 down. Going to pressure you, blitz you. He's going to try to get to the quarterback, playing a lot of man, and they're good at what they do. And they got some edge rushers at number 6 he can wreck the game. You got to make sure 6 doesn't wreck the game. Donovan, I believe his name is, but I couldn't pronounce his last name. I only attempted. But number 6 is a football player. So, questions?
Hip drop tackle, you mentioned that was when Eli got hurt. Is there any chance you're liable to get that eliminated next season, during the offseason?
I don't know. I mean, you would think if the National Football League said it's too dangerous, that we would also say it's too dangerous. But we're just going to try to keep coaching, try to get off the field on 3rd down and score touchdowns, I guess. But it just, I don't know if people are coaching it. I know we don't coach it. I haven't seen one done yet by our football team. But if it's being coached, it's bad for the game of college football. It's bad for, And I tell you what, I mean, if they don't eliminate it, you talk about a roster of 105 next year instead of 117, it's even worse. Like, our roster numbers are going down across the country, everybody. And, just get a cut, maybe we should start teaching the hip drop tackle.
Is there a reason Rodney didn't travel with you guys to Louisville?
Yeah, Rodney would like to redshirt, so I'm gonna, grant his wishes. Would I like him to play? Yeah. But, he's gotta do what he's gotta do, and everybody's gotta make a decision, a business decision, and I'll make a business decision as well at times, so, business decisions have to be made.
Has he given you an indication of what he plans to do next year?
No. That's the last thing I'm worried about. I'm worried about our football team that's playing right now.
How did David Lynch have come to become QB3, and will he continue to be behind Nate going forward?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of came off the scout field. We've been repping, obviously Nate with Eli and Ty Diefenbach, who's an excellent football player, great kid. But when it just came down to the focus every single day in practice and the details, when you get your snaps, you got to make your snaps worthwhile. And it just seemed like we weren't getting what we wanted, out of Ty right now. And again, business decisions, right? We got to, I don't care if you're a walk-on or you're a scholarship player. I'd obviously love to. I don't care. Go back to Sam Scarton, start kicker instead of Ben Sauls, which we know Ben was a phenomenal kicker back when he was a freshman. But you got to put through those yellow uprights and. We're playing the best players. We're trying to win football games, and we felt like David gave us the best chance of winning right now. That doesn't mean that Ty doesn't have more talent, but you got to have talent on the field. You got to have it between your ears. You got to put the work and effort into it to be that guy. And when you get 3 snaps in practice as a backup or third team guy, you got to make him. You got to make him, mean something. And it's got to be like, wow, he's doing the right thing. So it comes down to just 100% focus. And sometimes guys can do it. Some guys can't, as far as right in that moment when you get those opportunities. It's how you prepare being a backup or a third-team quarterback. But we just felt like David gives us a chance to go in there and win if it happens. And we just made that decision a couple weeks ago, but we ended up being in that position too. So I feel bad for Ty. I love him. He's a great kid. But you got to be ready when and again, it's every day in practice, not just in the game. And maybe he would have been a gamer and done a better job. I don't know. But those are all things that we got to go based on what we practice like.
It's a tough situation. How did you think David? What did you learn about David in that scenario?
He made one bad decision, but he got out there and he operated the way you expect him. A third team, with limited reps. He actually got all the backup reps last week, so he was the backup quarterback. But we know the backup doesn't get very much. Nick came off the bench with no reps last week, which I might have told you after the game. But I thought he did an admirable job.
You mentioned effort, and you're often complimentary to players' effort. It seemed on Saturday you had a lot of missed tackles. Guys don't get pushed out of bounds. They had a lot of yards after contact. Did they get deflated after Eli got hurt, or was there something you sensed in the effort that wasn't where it typically is?
I don't know if they did. It's hard to be in those kids' heads, but it looked like an SMU performance on the road. And you can say it's again, we had missed tackles. Shouldn't be pushing people out of bounds. Should be taking them down. Again, it goes to good players. Again, give the other guys. Usually when the other guys are pretty good, they make you miss, and sometimes being out of place. Again, good schemes and all that. Do that to you at times, and you got to make plays. So, the effort. I didn't question the effort when I'm watching. They get all the way to the end as well. Like, is there missed tackles? No question about it. Or missed assignments? No question about it. When the guy's not in his gap, things are going to happen. And then all of a sudden it gets up on you too fast in the back end, and there's a chance. I mean, when you get an open space, there's a chance of missing tackles. That's what we don't want to get open space. We want to stop at the line of scrimmage.
I'll try to ask this question the right way. Is Lynch now the #1 backup quarterback?
I don't know yet. We'll see at the end of the week, Jerry. All the national media, when I talked to my guys on Friday, the ESPN people, the CW this week we were on, they always talk about you. They must listen to you. They all know about Jerry. Like they hear about Jerry.
I can confirm.
I asked too many questions, sorry.
No, they like you, I think.
How much did you like the performance from Sean Fitzsimmons against Louisville, and also how important will he be for this program going forward?
Sean Fitzsimmons, again, this is what we thought Sean was going to be. Again, he's been banged up and he's stayed real healthy. It's the first thing I asked him after the game. Hey, how's your body feel? Coach, I feel great. Even yesterday in the weight room, I saw him down there. So, just I'm happy for him. He's playing well, and it's good when those young guys are playing well. And he's a young guy still. You think about how young we are still on defense based on how we started the season out, and faced some pretty good teams. But I'm happy with where Sean is and the way he's playing. need to, keep that up this weekend because we'll need his best performance.
What about Nate Temple getting on the field? Was that his first time?
Yeah, Nate's first time. He's been, dying to get on the field, and he's coming off. He's way ahead of schedule on the ACL. So it's a credit to Chris Hayes and our whole training staff, Rick, our PT, of getting him back. I think he had 16 snaps, which is probably more than we wanted to get on it. Just don't have any fatigue in that leg, but he was out there. He wasn't doing everything right. He's still rusty and raw, but that'll come with time. It's he couldn't get back. He's kind of practiced in and out, maybe for a week. I think he had maybe a week practice as far as just full game scrimmage. I think we started him off on the rocks and gave 1 or 2 plays in a row, got him out. So it was good to have Nate back. He's got a motor. He cares, and I love his attitude.
Is he eligible next year?
He could be, yeah. I think he could get another year eligibility. Yes.
Simon Fowler got a few snaps in there. His first kind of real game action of the year. What did you think you saw from him?
He had an opportunity to make a play, right? I mean, he had a great opportunity. What a hell of a throw by Nick Yarnell. You talk about putting it right in the bread basket. Basket was empty, and we put it right in it, and maybe we should run out with a basket, I guess. But I thought he did a good job. But you got to make plays, right? I mean, everybody wants to play. And when you get in and the lights go on, you just got to keep your eyes on the ball and not try to think you're going to score a touchdown and start to pull away from it. Look the ball in, catch the football, and then finish after that. And I think he got excited. He's a young guy. He's got a lot of talent, and we hope he continues to get better as we move forward.
Does BC look different with James in as opposed to Castellanos? Kind of different styles?
Yeah, I mean, they're still going to run the ball. I mean, he's still, he's still going to pull the ball in the run game. Grayson is, but I think it's the same offense. They didn't just switch the offense halfway through Syracuse game. I guess in his 3rd series or whatever it may be when he came in. But those are 2 athletic guys. I mean, they get James Porter. He can run. He can scramble. I think they want to keep him healthy too. So I don't think they're going to don't do a ton of it. But last game of the season, we could see more of it. He's big. He's like 230 pounds, I think, 6'3". So he's capable, and he throws a good ball. And he obviously he's put their football team in position to win, right? He's done a nice job since he's gotten in there, and he's been impressive.
How do you try to get the team to still focus for your last game and the eventual bowl game after 4 straight losses?
Yeah, okay, man. It's a game of life, right? I mean, this is places we've been before. In fact, I think last year we had a crappy season, if I recall. We came back, and how do we do that? How do we come back on senior day and beat BC last game of the season? I don't have a clue how we did it, but but we did, and that's kind of what happens. It's a game. Sometimes you play good teams. You think about like SMU and Louisville were lopsided, and again, early lopsided, and we couldn't rebound. Too good a football team to rebound. You let somebody get up that big on you. But you look at Virginia, maybe we're a 5th down away from winning that game. You think about, you think about Clemson, maybe we're a spot at the goal line away from winning that football game, right? I mean, just like, we're a damn good football team. We got talent in that room. We just got to, put it all together. And like I said, are you snake bitten or you perfect storm? But we just seem not be able to stay healthy, especially on the offensive side of the ball, on the offensive line, whatever it may be. Terrence getting his first start of the year at center. It's one thing after another, and you just continue to try to plug up holes. So you got to somehow get more depth in the future, and stay healthy. We got to stay healthy.
I wouldn't have asked this question 4 years ago, but do you believe your guys are up for a bowl game?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Better be. But I don't even talk about a bowl game. Like, I'm not worried about a bowl game. 4 weeks ago, we were worried about something more important than that. And, you're talking about like a 9-win season, a 10-win season, whatever it may be. So, hey, you're looking at 8-win seasons, what your goal is, and then we move on to that, right? You just play the cards. But, our guys are, be excited about a bowl game. But, so where's it going to be? But, I'm not worried about that. Like, that's the last thing on my mind. I want to, we want to finish, this season, the regular season at least, off with a win.
How important is it to get a win at Boston College, especially thinking about the portal and player retention?
You know, that's gonna happen either way. You're gonna have to deal with the portal. Not really worried about it. I think our guys in here are pretty happy. The ones that aren't, hey, but we feel pretty good about that.
Has anyone come to you already and said? Coach,
Absolutely not.
no. Anthony Johnson got hurt in that first game. I don't know if he's even been on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought it up. Anthony, you know, you've seen Anthony on the sideline. Anthony Johnson, again, you know, I don't know if he's out for the year. I guess he is. Probably should have mentioned a long time ago. And he really didn't get hurt in the first game. He got hurt in practice on a Wednesday. It was the weirdest thing. We didn't know what it was. But, you know, I asked him. He really didn't want me to talk about it. He wanted to go out for senior day. So, you know, but, you know, he had, you know, something, you know, with his back. And you know, he's getting better now, thank God. A little scary at first, but you know, so he's back moving around pretty good. I don't think he has a walker anymore, but my heart goes out to Anthony. It's not, you know, just another one of those injuries.
Do you expect him back this year?
I don't think he's got another year left. I don't know. I'll have to still look at that.
You're almost past the point of the COVID years, right? I mean, like
I think so, but I still see guys getting 9 years and stuff. So I have no idea. I think the COVID years passed, but it just keeps happening. Waivers and I want this and need this. I don't know.
We talked a little bit. This is our last Monday, so we have to get all the questions out when we can. We won't see you again until spring. We talked last Thursday. You talked about signing day coming up quick, right? So this game ends on this Saturday. This Boston College.
Yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday.
That's right.
Okay, well, we'll see you later.
We'll just ask about recruits that day. I mean, but you know, when this Boston College game ends, I mean, what are the next few days going to look? Is it just going to be on the phone and FaceTime a lot with the recruits, trying to shore things up?
Yeah, we talked about this last. I mean, you asked this question last Thursday, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, FaceTime, Zooms, whatever it is. You know, feel pretty good with everybody, to be honest with you. So it's not like all of a sudden we're going to start to call recruits the last week. There's constant contact and communication, you know, throughout the process. Talk every week to them. It's not just coaching football. You know, it's a lot of things. Coaching life and recruiting. Anything else?
Any update on Eli?
No. You had to try, didn't you?
So it's not season ending.
It is not season ending. All right.